Hello， 歡迎收睇黑旗頻道 HEYK Network， 我哋繼續玩翻呢 Wake Remastered 心靈殺手重製復刻版。咁我哋繼續呢第二集嘅劇情之前呢，講一講呢今次我哋玩嘅流程呢，我哋會分為兩 part 嘅。因為其實一個集數呢，我唔知每一集有幾長啦，不過我估 at least 都有1個鐘嘅。如果你就算快玩都1個鐘以內要完成，所以我諗住分兩 part，因為有啲集數可能會比較長啲，可能接近個半鐘，又或者1個鐘3個字咁樣，所以我分兩 part 整到冇咁長俾大家睇。好，嚟啦。
Previously on Alan Wake, I came to Bright Falls with my wife Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2 Taken 黑暗俘虜 New York City 3 years ago 3年前，即係 before 我哋去嗰度度假。
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Coffee 啊，入去睇下我哋嘅 Honey 先啦。
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
又去拎做一啲收集行動咧，啲咖啡保溫樽啊。咁啊，當時佢哋屋企就係咁樣，就係一啲一般中產收入啊嘅人士都係啲 apartment 就係咁。呢度係書房啦，我哋之後先詳細睇啊，唔急嘅。Put on some coffee 先 ，coffee machine。Coffee's
on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
去揾 Alice。唔急啊，我哋參觀下我哋屋企先。露台出唔到去，暴風雪中啊而家。大廳啦 ，living room。呢間房係咩？呢間應該主人房。廁所開唔到嘅，反而係咪 1LDK 呢度？睇下呢邊先。呢度廁所咯，廁所浴室啊 ，bathroom 啊。我呢度就套房嚟嘅呢個 radio 聽一聽先。頭先少少先，我 headset 都係天氣報告咁樣啦。呢度係 closet 應該就，外國人呢興用開呢一啲開門式嘅 closet， 我哋就係用開打開型，即係真係有個衣櫃，佢哋又真係整個空間衣帽間咁樣。當然你有大屋企嘅話，有衣帽間都唔出奇嘅。我哋可唔可以洗個澡先啊？即 shower， 你個廁所都唔得，你唔得，冇呢啲互動做啊。OK， 跟住睇下
Alice。Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seem to think so last night.
我見到貼住啲相咧，其實就係主角嗰啲影主角嘅相啦。Alan Wake 一個著名嘅作家，幾 artistic 咁。呢度有冇穿過對面啊？穿唔到。唔係喎，另一間房嚟嘅，呢度入邊有黑房，唔通搞呢啲嗰啲相？有兩間房都入唔到啊 ，so far。一就書房啦，都係主角工作嘅地方。呢度係我哋啲書集，兩把金槍嘅。原稿睇先，哇！呢一集入邊咧都有好多原稿我哋需要拎喎，睇埋呢先。
And the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
為好沉嘅旁白聲嚟講啊，今次。睇埋呢個先，驟停。
Goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
嗱今次呢個旁白聲咧，唔係主角把聲嚟嘅，好鬼沉啊，又沉又細聲。跟住有其他頁數 pages 嘅，嗱呢一啲咧，大家睇到啦，一定要係揀夢壓級嘅難度咧，至揾到呢啲 pages 嘅。之後有機會我會挑戰下嘅，但係而家我哋 so far keep 住玩住一般先。
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Oh, what the?
Alan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just
要俾我寫嗰度啊！我突然停電嘅，係咪又入咗啲夢度咧？
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
幾時啊？照佢先，因為 Alice 有
You okay?
phobia，
I'm sorry.
有黑恐懼症。
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this. 咪頭先啱啱講到 agent 咧，唔係啱啱嗰個 Barry 咧，就係Alan 呢個 agent 嚟嘅經紀人。
Right force to present day 講翻而家啦，而
How
家
do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
有條魚喺度，我釣緊魚被 call 過嚟啊嘛，咩 doctor？
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you.
假型
You
釣
a
法，
fishing man, Mr. Wake?
攞烏蠅嚟釣，
Doesn't really matter, I suppose.
做嚟
But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Sure。哦，呢度就係兩坡鎮呢個鎮呢嘅地圖啊。Right force。
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Sure。
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
又係佢喎，
I don't have
喺個 diner 度我哋見過佢啊，呢個 old woman。
Bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
佢喺呢一度
Be
嘅。
sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay。
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be
怪人
the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Weird things 啊。Okay。
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
The
Moi,
sheriff
j'ai
wants to
tué
see
Dieu.
you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Sure。等我周圍睇睇先啦。我哋嚟翻呢個 briefing 度。呢度有嘢攞。本樽原稿。Check it out。
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
哦，可以撳埋我哋。聽下聽先。Mulligan 係咪真係我哋之前第一集搭船見到嗰個 old man 咧？又係 radio 主持。咦，講翻第一集嗰個花車啊！定係其他 officer 嚟嘅？呢個 radio 聽到。我淨係聽到咁多，有啲位互動我哋都唔可以掂，有啲嘢。我哋睇下個 chef 啦。
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Sure, I'm coming. 呢一度走廊盡頭 Missing 尋問啟事07年6月20號擅長各種嘅競賽，呢個係咪其中一個我哋喺打到啲 shadow 嗰啲敵人？其中一個貓都係啊，隔離最左 missing 嗰張，要你3個 missing 啊！呢度。
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up.
一定對我哋有嫌疑啊
I need to take this.
！Unknown call。
Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole
What
in the
the-
fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal.
Of course， 真係要夜晚去應佢，仲要 midnight 即係12點啦。Jesus， 究竟係咪真係一個綁架犯呢？定係又喺一個夢入邊呢 ？Alex 真係未死。
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask
Do
you
you?
what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment after I get some fresh air.
Okay, you can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
OK， 我哋 so far 而家都唔可以講發生咩事，因為始終好難令人相信啊！我哋所經歷過一切喺第一集嗰度。
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
Order。
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
咦？呢度都有 missing 喎，呢個係頭先嗰隻貓啊，喂。
You can get to the back lot through that door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Thanks.
Sure， 呢一度啊 ，parking lot cell area。
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
燈啊，可唔可以幫佢開呢？定無視佢呢？睇下先啦，有燈就安全啲。
You're all right.
但係都照唔到佢入邊嗰個位啊。
Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now.
喺呢個醉酒佬都見到同樣我哋見到嗰啲黑影敵人咩？所以即係所以先揼佢。
You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was.
呢啲超自然現象呢，一般人都唔會相信，就好似個 chef 應該都對我有所懷疑。
I would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Sure. Now you are still drunk. 哦，入邊有原稿啊！
I told him
等先。餐廳中的黑暗魅影。
Despite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power. The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
左邊咁走。之前呢度有嘢拎啊，有 radio。
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go.
聽晒先。
It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
有一個主持啊。好，喺呢一度啦。喂，呢個位個 chef 應該望到我哋啊。
told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
呢度廢汽車度，佢正常個 chef 個窗口係及到我哋嘅。跟住先呢度又有個原稿。Wake 仔集到情人風 ，Lovers Peak。
Shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Wait a minute， 呢個原稿應該就係即將我哋要發生嘅事咯。
Alice looked through the viewfinder. Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
真喎得你，唔係假喎，真係綁架犯喎。
Thank God, where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry,
listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
說服個 chef， 我哋可以離開到同綁架犯見面去救我哋咯 ，wife 啊！ What the？
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it.
我電視又見到我哋自己。
A sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Jeez， 我哋寫嘅一切將會成為事實啦，將會成為阿倫所發生嘅事。
To settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
差啲啦。
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
我又去diner 個 fancy。
Wow, I was just thinking about you too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Fan site 啊。
And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
唉，咁講的確係好難令人相信啦。即使我哋將一切講俾我哋最親密嘅人聽啦 ，Barry 我哋 agent 啊，都唔會信，以為一個 fiction story 啊。Bucktooth Charlie， 哥倫比亞長毛象嘅骨架喎。Interesting， 有個 bear 咁大隻熊，我喺出邊 check 下呢一度先，又有保溫樽啊。哦 ，first aid kit， 不過我哋都用唔着，畢竟我哋唔需要點補血，冇呢個補血嘅行動互動做。因為我哋只需要咧匿入個有光嘅地方咧，就已經幫我哋自動回血啦。哦。
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done. Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins. Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
係喎，佢嗰個餐館入邊嗰個。
Grabbing the registration form from the desk. It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Hell, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
哦，仲有
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and
嗰啲捕獸器嘅 trap 啊。
The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Sure. Form.
Okay, boy, we're almost done. You can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
Cops 唔會信我哋
My
啊。
call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
都係唔信啊！佢哋始終都，因為就算我哋講俾差佬聽啊，我哋嘅身份都有嫌疑啊，令人可能覺得我哋係咩變態，我呢個門都入唔到 ，kidnap 自己個老婆，或者可能警方認為我哋殺咗自己嘅愛人有問題，精神有問題，因為個 chef 帶咗我哋去，我哋要想去嗰地方租嗰間屋度咧係冇，而我哋精神有問題。Anyway， 填咗 form 先，我哋 Elderwood 將個 form 交俾 Rusty。There you go.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Oh, and hey, if
Oh,
you take a
what
walk in
the-
the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know, I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
Traps 啊 ，Poor Kid Poor Max。好，咁樣跟住咧，我哋帶住個 key 離開間屋去見 kidnappers 啊。
Believe that you shot a dude who
先去咗屋仔度先。
into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
始終唔係你最親嘅人啊嘛，你有冇諗住去救啊？單獨去救，我哋始終都要救翻 Alice。好，咁我哋留翻下一 part 繼續啦，帶住個 key 去個屋仔度，下 part 繼續，拜拜。